Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final episode of today. Today's episode is my top 10. Today's final episode is my top 10 favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe characters of all time. I've been wanting to talk about this because even though the MCU has not been as put up as much quality content as they used to, especially during its first 10 plus year run, but I'm still such a fan of the MC that I gotta talk about 10 specific characters that I've really loved, that I've really grown to love a lot over the years, that I think are among the best iterations of the characters from the comic books. And I really like. Even though the MCU has not been up to par considering its first 10 years of existence, I still am a fan. I'm one of those people that hasn't turned their back on Marvel, that hasn't really, lost taste in the MCU, that really hasn't given up on Marvel Studios. I know they put a lot of garbage, I woke up, I a lot of shit writing, but I still believe that there are people at Marvel that can give us some really good content. And they really have done that within its first 10 plus year run. With that being said, let's get started. Number 10, that is Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. Now, I do like Jeremy Renner as an actor, and my first exposure to him was through one of the Mission Impossible movies. I think it was one of the Mission Impossible movies that was directed by Brad Bird, and I forgot the name of it. But anyway, anyway, I thought Jeremy Renner being cast as Hawkeye was very good and interesting. I liked his cameo in the first Thor movie, but I felt in the very first Avengers movie he really had a chance to shine. I don't know why people disrespected his character, disrespected his performance and his character for many years, ever since the first Avengers movie. I'm all like, he was great, he was badass, he was awesome, he was interesting, he was compelling. And, I thought he was one of the best. I think he's one of the best characters in the MCU, to be completely honest. Next up on the list is a massive fan favorite. Many people regard him as the greatest Marvel Cinematic Universe villain to date. Many regard him as one of the greatest comic book / superhero movie villains of all time, and that is Josh Brolin's Thanos. Now, I think we can all agree that Thanos is one cool dude in the comics, but I think we can all agree his MCU counterpart isn't too shabby either. I really love Josh Brolin's performance in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. He was really cold and stoic, hardcore, badass, intimidating. He was thorough. He was just a badass. He was just that bad son bitch that we all, the type of person you respect and fear at the same time because of his presence. And I thought Josh Brolin delivered one of the greatest performances of his career. Next up on the list is Paul Rudd Scott Lang / Ant-Man. Now, I'm one of those people that still like Paul Rudd as an actor. I think he's a cool dude. I know he's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. But, I think he's a cool dude. I think he's a talented actor. And I thought his portrayal of Scott Lang has been pretty damn good for the most part. I know the last Ant-Man movie he did wasn't very good. Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. But I still think, he did a pretty good job as that character. I still think he did a pretty good job as that character. And I think he's one of the best characters in the MCU. Next up on the list is probably a character that I think really deserved it, that really has grown and developed into a really interesting and compelling, into a really likable, interesting, compelling character. And that's Tom Hiddleston's Loki. Now, I think Tom Hiddleston has been tremendous as that character since the very first Thor movie back in 20. Obviously, many people regard his greatest performance was in the first Avengers movie back in 2012, which was, understandable. But I think he has been tremendous as that character since the first Thor movie, and has been great since Avengers. Yes, he was great. Thor 2, he was great. Thor Ragnarok, he was great. Infinity War, he was great. And even in the Loki series, I still got to catch up on season 2. I love season 1 of Loki. I know some people prefer season 2 over season 1, but I really love season 1 of Loki. I'm gonna watch season 2 of Loki when I get the chance to, but I really like Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Next up on the list is Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson / Falcon / Captain America. I like Anthony Mack. I think he's a cool actor. I think he's a cool dude. I think he really did a nice job in portraying Sam Wilson. I can't wait to see what he does with the Captain America mantle. With the Captain America mantle in the upcoming Captain America Brave New World film, which he co-stars with along with Harrison Ford, who's one of my all-time favorite actors. So let's see what he does. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. I love this Falcon the Winter Soldier series on Disney Plus. So let's get this show on the road. Now, number five. Some people may have him as their favorite MCU character, and that's totally fine. But to me, I think he's one of the best. I know some people don't like his version of the character, even though I will say that Tobey Maguire's version is my favorite because he made me a fan of the character. But I really do like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I really do. Tom Holland's Peter Parker / Spider-Man. I think he's one of the best characters in the MCU. I fell in love with his performance ever since Captain America Civil War back in 2016. And I've been a fan of his performance ever since. Obviously, I really liked him with the other two Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. But I think, Tom Holland is a really damn talented actor and a really damn good Spider-Man. Number 4 is the late Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa / Black Panther. I really liked him a lot. I thought he was a tremendous character. I know a lot of people, one of the biggest reasons why people didn't like Black Panther 2 was because they didn't recast T'Challa, and I understand that. But to me, I still find Black Panther 2 to be a really good movie. Anyways, what I was saying was that I thought Chadwick Boseman was a brilliant casting choice as Black Panther. I loved him as Jackie Robinson in the movie 42. I really like him as an actor, and he seemed like a fine gentleman too. Sucks how he passed away, but I thought he was outstanding as Black Panther. I thought his performances in Captain America Civil War and the first Black Panther film and Infinity War and Endgame were absolutely freaking brilliant. With that being said, though, number 3, and that is Sebastian Stan as James Buchanan Barnes, a.k.a. the Winter Soldier, who may become Captain America in the future, according to these reports that Bucky may take up the mantle of Captain America in the future. Who may become Captain America in the future. I personally wanted to become Captain America after Endgame, but I don't mind Sam Wilson. But anyway, I really love Sebastian. I think he was great as Bucky in the first Captain America film. He was a badass in Winter Soldier. He was great in Civil War. He's been great ever since. I really have grown to like his development as a character. I think his acting skills are very, very good in my opinion. And I really, really have grown to like his iteration of James Buchanan Barnes. I think it's really damn good. Now, number two, the runner-up for my favorite MCU character of all time. This is the character that has been the face of the MCU for its first 10 plus years of existence, and that is Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. I don't know what else to say other than his character was great, his performance is great, his status as being among the greatest hero movie characters of all time, as one of the greatest characters in the MCU. He was awesome. I don't really need to understand. I don't really need to talk much about it. RDJ is the freaking man. Anyways, the number 1 character that I really have grown to love the most in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, that is Chris Evans' Steve Rogers, a.k.a. Captain America. For those who don't know, I'm a huge fan of Captain America. He's one of my top 5 favorite Marvel Comics characters of all time. And when I heard that Chris Evans, who originally portrayed Johnny Storm in the 2005 and 2007 Fantastic Four films that were directed by Tim Story, I was very intrigued. I said, let's see what he does with the character. And he did an absolute masterful, picture-perfect job portraying that character. I really, really loved his performance. As I've really grown to really love his performance as Captain America. I think he did the character well. I think he did the character justice. And he really, in a lot of ways, stayed true to the source material. He was fantastic. I can't really say anything bad about Chris Evans' performance as Captain America. He was the fucking man. So that's it. Those are my top 10 favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe characters of all time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.